From the south, Armenia has announced its withdrawal from the CSTO, the military alliance led by Russia, and is increasingly leaning toward the west. Meanwhile, relations with Azerbaijan are deteriorating rapidly. Armenia is gradually becoming a new outpost for NATO, forming a political electronic pincer, tightening around Russia from the Baltics to the Caucasus. The most concerning factor is that the West is not only taking advantage of Russia's restraint, but seems to be strategically exploiting it. When Russia remains silent, they advance one step further. When Russia doesn't respond, a new outpost appears. When Russia adheres to international rules, the West tries to bend them. Now the boundaries of conflict are being pushed closer than ever, wrapped in narratives of democratic cooperation and collective security. So, with a new opposing alliance forming, how will Russia respond? Tensions in the Baltics and the Caucasus erupt. On the 18th of last month, while global attention remained focused on Ukraine, another hotspot flared up, this time in the Baltics. Estonia, a small nation yet increasingly provocative, for the first time fired a US-supplied HIMARS rocket system from Saaremaa Island, just a short distance from Russian territory. This was not simply a training exercise, it was a calculated deterrent. The missiles, with a range of 15 kilometers, were launched toward sea targets, a cold, clear warning to Russia. Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson Dmitry Petkov condemned this as an act of aggression and reaffirmed that Russia, as a Baltic nation, will resolutely protect its legitimate interests. The response is reasonable, especially considering NATO's growing presence near Russia's borders, where heavy weaponry and military drills no longer appear defensive in nature. Estonia has gone further than defense. It signed a $500 million deal with the U.S. for 6 HIMARS launchers, GMLRS rockets, communication systems, and 300 kilometers range ballistic missiles. These weapons could easily reach key Russian cities like Pskov. In effect, Estonia is transforming itself into a firepower outpost for Washington in Europe, at the cost of driving the entire Baltic region into high alert. In response, Russia is focusing on defense. In Leningrad Oblast, near the Gulf of Finland, there have been multiple drone incursions in recent weeks. Russia has tightened civilian UAV regulations, expanded radar systems, and deployed electronic warfare measures. The Sumpy Pulkovo airport in St. Petersburg had to shut down twice due to security concerns. Yet amid the chaos, Russia hasn't launched a preemptive strike. This silence reflects a defensive posture rather than aggression. Armenia's western turn. At the same time, from the south, Armenia, historically one of Russia's closest allies, has begun pivoting away. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan announced the country may fully exit the CSTO. Armenia suspended its membership, rejected joint military drills, refused to host CSTO delegations, and ceased all financial contributions. This wasn't driven by war, but by political calculations and a pro-Western vision of Armenia's leadership. Pashinyan cited CSTO's failure to support Armenia during its clashes with Azerbaijan. Yet the Nagorno-Karabakh dispute is highly complex, and Russia's neutrality aimed to avoid regional escalation. This middle ground strategy helped maintain temporary peace for years, but Armenia no longer wants neutrality. It openly seeks EU membership and has begun aligning with Western laws and institutions. Now, both Georgia and Armenia, once Russia's key allies between the Black and Caspian Seas, are shifting westward. What used to be Russia's buffer zone is turning into a NATO and Brussels outpost. The southern flank, a strategic vice. Estonia isn't hiding its intentions. Firing live missiles from Saaremaa Island, right at Russia's doorstep, seems deliberately provocative. Meanwhile, despite provocations from both flanks, north and south, Russia has not fired a single shot, crossed any borders, or launched any military campaign. Its restraint suggests deliberate calculation, understanding that a premature reaction would make Russia appear as the aggressor. But a dangerous question remains. Is the West leveraging this restraint to further push the boundaries of conflict? The red line. Looking at facts, the answer is yes. It's not just exploitation, it's a methodical, calculated strategy. Take Georgia. In 2008, it fought a war against Russia. After losing, it quickly aligned with the West, signing EU agreements, hosting NATO drills, and allowing indirect Western military presence. Despite domestic backlash, the Georgian government continues to pass foreign influence laws aimed at shaping public opinion amid growing US and Brussels influence. Azerbaijan, strategically bordering Iran in the Caspian Sea, has become a Western energy partner. The UK and Israel have built strong ties with Baku, supplying drones and electronic warfare systems used in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Meanwhile, London has quietly expanded its oil and gas investments in the Caspian, positioning Azerbaijan as an energy hub that bypasses Russia. Even Baku now expresses anti-Moscow sentiments. Though once a key member of the Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS, Azerbaijan has distanced itself. Then there's Armenia, formerly the closest Russian ally in the Caucasus. Once dependent on Moscow for arms, energy, and security, it's now pivoting west after feeling abandoned during the Nagorno-Karabakh clashes. Thus, the Southern Caucasus corridor, Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, has shifted westward, forming a strategic vice that locks Russia's southern flank. This region is not only militarily vital but also central to transport, energy, religion, and ethnicity. The West is fully aware of this and does not hide its ambitions. The West's goal: strategic containment. The West is building a new soft encirclement, not with missiles but with political and economic pressure. Through influence in Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, the West aims to weaken Russia's traditional sphere of influence, dismantle alliance networks, and reshape the regional order based on Western terms. This isn't just about Ukraine anymore. The pressure has spread across the entire perimeter surrounding Russia. And the most concerning part is that every move is veiled in noble terms: democracy promotion, humanitarian aid, peacekeeping. Beneath these beautiful words lies a strategic geopolitical machine. The West's goal: strategic containment. The West is building a new, soft encirclement, not with missiles but with political and economic pressure. Through influence in Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, the West aims to weaken Russia's traditional sphere of influence, dismantle alliance networks, and reshape the regional order based on Western terms. This isn't just about Ukraine anymore. The pressure has spread across the entire perimeter surrounding Russia. And the most concerning part is that every move is veiled in noble terms: democracy promotion, humanitarian aid, peacekeeping. Beneath these beautiful words lies a strategic geopolitical machine. The West's goal: strategic containment. The West is building a new, soft encirclement, not with missiles but with political and economic pressure. Through influence in Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, the West aims to weaken Russia's traditional sphere of influence, dismantle alliance networks, and reshape the regional order based on Western terms. This isn't just about Ukraine anymore. The pressure has spread across the entire perimeter surrounding Russia. And the most concerning part is that every move is veiled in noble terms. Democracy promotion, humanitarian aid, peacekeeping. Beneath these beautiful words lies a strategic geopolitical machine.